Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Bitcoin block height, 888,625. Transaction fees, 3 sats per VByte, low, medium, and high priority. Unconfirmed transactions in the mempool, sitting around 8,700. Bitcoin USD price up a little bit today, up to $85,366. 24-hour high was $87,492. 24-hour low was $83,575. Bitcoin Spaces protocol, total Bitcoin burned 1.4. 5,510 bids, 1,088 transfers and registers, and 1,210 rollouts. Spaces in auction. We got a bunch of Puni codes here. This update is nice. You can see what these Puni codes are here. So we got here like a volcano, a mountain. Claimable now in recently. So these can be claimed. Another one here. Magnet, an ambulance, and a glass of wine. Other spaces in auction. Hallow, Hippie, Kawaii, and another Puni code claimable in about 20 hours. Recent events. We just had the rollout. Tesla, FF, Zoom, Studio. Puni code, a little cat with hard eyes. Check is text. Auction and drink. Before that, we had some bids. LV, Priori, Ash, Up, Global, Alpha got claimed. Director, ES, Lolo, Nexus, more Puni code bids. Looks like Director's getting a little love here. Somebody put it up to 80,000 Satoshis. Somebody came right over the top. 100,000 Satoshis. Upcoming rollouts. Whoa, never seen this before. Only 4 spaces are here. So I wonder what happens with this. So I've never seen this. I've been in spaces now a couple months. It launched November 20th, 2024. So still pretty early. About 5 months. Actually, today's the 20th. So 5 months. Right? January or December, January, February, March. Yeah, so like 4 months. 4 months. And 10 spaces can come out a day, but no more than 10. What happens when there's less than 10? Does the system just create random names? I don't think that would make sense. Do just no names roll out at all? All right, that's something interesting. I'm going to have to ask that. What happens when there isn't any rollouts? I guess it's a cheap opportunity to get your name rolled out. But see, the thing is, that's kind of a trap. Because you roll out a name here, you open up a name, a space for auction. Fly, for example, as we see on the screen here. 1,000 Satoshis. So you put your 1,000 Satoshis up, lock it up. But you have to pay the transaction fee. And then someone's going to come around and bid on it. So you think it's cheap. You're getting to open up an auction for real cheap, which you are. But it takes then 10 days for you to be able to claim it. So the auction period lasts for 10 days. So within that 10 days, man, somebody's going to bid on that thing. So maybe, is that what people are saying? Like, I'm not going to open any auctions. I'm just going to let other people open the auction. Then we're just going to bid on whatever's sitting here. The current auctions? I don't know. We'll have to see what the case is. But could we just go a day or two without any spaces rolling out? That is pretty interesting because this is real Bitcoin. You know, this 1.4 Bitcoin, total Bitcoin burned. It's real Bitcoin. This ain't, you know, some shit coin or something. This is real Bitcoin, dude. People are putting up Bitcoin. They're burning their Bitcoin to register these names. So it ain't no joke. Spaces.market latest listings price low to high. We got BTC1 for 0.001 Bitcoin. TR Puni code for 0.003. Mix for 0.005. Let for 0.005. This little Scorpion Puni code for 0.01. Dark for 0.01. Square Puni code 0.01. Punk 0.01. And Tom 0.01. So Punk, if I remember correctly, 0.01, people were bidding on Punk. Let's check it out here in the Explorer. So it went for 150,000 Satoshis. Okay, so they're asking 1 million Satoshis. So almost a 10x, So yeah, you can still get a ton of cheap names out here. It looks like, 100,000 Satoshis, 50,000 Satoshis maybe. There's somebody in here that's bidding on all these things. The Puni codes are going for cheap. There's really not much bidding action on these Puni codes. You can see they're 8,000 Satoshis. Pretty cheap. But the names, you see somebody comes in here and they're bidding them up to 25,000. And then if somebody bids on it, I noticed it with a couple of these ones. Which one? Maybe Director was it? Yeah, so somebody rolls it out for 10,000 Satoshis, comes out. Someone bids 25K. Someone might bump it up. I've seen some of them, they'll bid them up to like 26K. In this case, it's 30,000 Satoshis. And then that same dude comes in, puts it up to 50. And then somebody else will come in, maybe they'll do like 51 or 55 in this case. Then he'll bump it up to 75. So I think that's smart because when I was first doing it too, man, I spent a lot in fees, man. A ton in fees. Every time you're burning Bitcoin, this is a Bitcoin transaction. You got to be wary of the fees. Think about the fees when you're doing this. If you're just going to bid these things up incrementally, 1,000 Satoshis at a time, and then the other guy's going to come over 1,000. I mean, you might spend 50 bids on a space when you could just cut to the chase and throw it up there by 25 at a pop. 50,000 Satoshis, 100,000. You might as well put it up to what you're comfortable or willing to spend. So whoever's doing this, I think it's a decent strategy. They're going from they're betting in increments of 25,000. So 25,000 Satoshis, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000. So, you might just cut to the chase on this guy and throw it up there at 100,000 Satoshis as well and say, look, this is what I'm putting on it. 100,000 Satoshis. You want it? You want to make it 125? What's up? So it's open bidding here. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to get in here. You bid on these names. And we got a GUI wallet coming out soon, so that's going to make it even sweeter, especially with spaces.market. It's going to be nice to just have a GUI wallet here. You can just load it up with some Bitcoin. You can just buy these names outright. You don't have to deal with the back and forth of the auctions. It's fun. It's cool. But if you want a name, it could be frustrating too because people keep bidding you over the top. So both ways are cool. Spaces.market and explorer.spacesprotocol.org. That is the bidding area. All right, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all for watching.